Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. We remind our attendees that this session will be recorded for later sharing in our media. We remind you to keep your microphones turned off at all times. At the end of the presentation, we will have 15 minutes of questions and answers. Afterwards, please take the attendance survey, which is in the chat section of this platform. The La Salle International Education Center welcomes you to our third International Education Fair, to the presentation of the School of Medicine of the University of Minho. We have the pleasure to have with us Professor Beatriz Dominguez Araujo, who is the International Relations Director of the School of Medicine. And we also have with us Ana Salgueira, which is member of the International Office. We are also joined by Edna Garcia from the International Education Center, who is in charge of questions and answers. Dear Beatriz, we are very pleased to have you here this morning for us, afternoon for you. And thank you so much for all your support, for the time you have, and your support that you are giving us. Beatriz, thank you so much, and I give you the floor.
Thank you so much, and thank you to all the students that are attending right now. Me and my colleague Anna will do a small presentation on our school, and afterwards we'll be available for questions and try to provide you with the most accurate answers. So I'm going to share my screen and pass the floor to my colleague Anna.
So, hi, my name is Anna. I've worked at the Medical School of Minho for almost 20 years now. And I started here when we started the first curriculum. Our curriculum was innovative 20 years ago in comparison with other medical schools in Portugal. There are only 7 medical schools in Portugal. They are all public. There is now a private one that just started this year. And when we started, we wanted to have an innovative curriculum and which integrated the different disciplines in order to explain the systems and the functioning of our body and the diseases. So that curriculum served us well for the past 19 years, but about 2 years ago, we started to evolve the curriculum and try to center it, keep it centered on the student, but also center it on the patients and on the health system. So our program is a 6-year program, and there's a 4-year program for students who already have a degree. So we were founded in 2000, and we graduated the first cohort of students in 2007. The University of Minho is located in 2 cities, Braga, which is the district capital, and Guimarães, which is a very beautiful historical city near Braga and is the birthplace of our nation. Our school has presently around 1,000 students from various degrees. Most of our students are from the integrated master's course in medicine, but we also have post-graduation programs, a master in assessment and health professions, education, a master in health science, a master in medicine, also a PhD in health science and a PhD in medicine. We have currently 87 researchers that work in our research lab, which is called the Institute for Life Sciences and Research. We have research groups that work around neurosciences, surgical science, and microbiology and immunology. We also have about 100 professors, medical and non-medical professors, and 53 members of staff. Our school does not stand alone. Our school is part of the University of Minho, but also it has a kind of a micro system, ecosystem of its own. So besides the Life and Health Science Research Institute, we also have another research institute that is in a partnership with the Braga Hospital, which is dedicated to clinical research and human studies with medicines and new equipments for healthcare. Also, we have an association, BACs, that is whose mission is to promote entrepreneurship and the transference of knowledge and competence to the real world, meaning that they deal with patents, they deal with intellectual property rights, and their main mission is to promote within our research body these kind of behaviors to go out in the world and take their technologies into the world. Recently, we have also have a new association that deals with healthcare, but a special kind of healthcare. It deals with e-healthcare. So providing healthcare at a distance using new platforms to provide healthcare specifically for chronic patients with diabetes or hypertension. And this association, it works with a few cities in the country, and we monitor the population of those districts with our tools and provide them with expert knowledge and counseling. So this is the cluster of the medical school. This is our building. As you can see, the BSCs and P5 also are located in the school. The other clinical center is located at the hospital because of it's most needed to be near the patients. But the hospital, if you come here, you will see that the hospital is always only 400 meters away, so it's like being in the same building almost. Part of about half of our building is dedicated to teaching, and the other half is dedicated to research. Beatriz?
Thank you. So now I'm going to explain a little bit more about your exchange opportunities at our school. So there are several ways of coming here to the School of Medicine and performing a mobility period. You can, first of all, and the traditional way, choose course units. Obviously, in our booth, on our virtual booth, you already have all the information on our structure. But the important thing that we needed you to be reminded of is that our course unit is, as Anna has said, very innovative, and we all have several tracks that the student can choose. Well, the only thing that's common to all these tracks is that our course units are trimesters, and all of them are sequential. So we do not have running at the same time 2 different classes. So we have them running one at a time for 3 months. So once you choose the course units that you want to attend, obviously you have to have in mind that the course units run during a specific timeline. So this is very important for you. And obviously, mobility students usually come for our conventional course structure, which is of 6 years. And then the course units run as more or less theoretical during the 2 first years, even though students start going to hospitals and health centers during the first year. But to do clerkships, mainly students start on the 3rd year. So this is information for course units. Obviously, you are wondering which is the teaching language. We teach in Portuguese. Obviously, you will see that since we are in the northern part of Portugal, lots of people do understand Spanish and try to speak it, even though it's not very accurate Spanish, but you may call it Portuñol. And then you will probably understand the contents and the people here speaking with you. So classes in Portuguese, clerkships until the 5th year can be attended not being fluent in Portuguese. However, for the final placement or for the final practice, the internship, you do need to be fluent in Portuguese. Another opportunity for you to come to our universities, it's only to attend clinical clerkships at one of our affiliated hospitals. So as Ana has said, Universidade do Minho has infrastructures both in Braga and Guimarães, but in our case, apart from these 2 cities, we also have a partnership with the hospital in a very, very beautiful city where I was born, but never mind that, that is called Viana do Castelo. So you may wonder how many kilometers do these 3 cities distance themselves, but we are talking about more or less 70 kilometers from Braga to Viana and 20 kilometers from Braga to Guimarães. So obviously this is very, very close by and you get to these cities very, very easily. So once you choose a clinical clerkship, we will do our utmost best to place you in Braga, obviously, but since sometimes we do have our spots fully completed, then we have to assure that other places are taken, both in the hospital in Guimarães or Viana do Castelo. Another thing that's important for you to know is that we offer several clinical clerkships in different specialties. Every specialty has a specific number of weeks and a specific timeline. So we do not, unfortunately, but we have to cooperate also with our hospitals, we do not accept students outside of these periods. So in our virtual booth, you already have the calendar for 22-23 and the timelines for each one of the specialties and respective clerkships in the hospitals. Also very important to have in mind, we accept students only for a minimum of 60 days or more. Less than 60 days, unfortunately, we cannot accept mobility students. Then, if all of this that we already spoke about does not enthusiasm you, then, and if you like the part of research, we also offer the opportunity of students performing lab research projects. So we have a list of 100+ projects that is also available in our virtual booth that range from the areas that Anna mentioned. So surgery, surgical sciences, neurosciences, so there's microbiology. So there's a very, very huge list of projects that you can apply for. And then this opportunity is open not only for students from the first cycle, so from the degree medicine, but also for master and PhD students. And this is also very important. Another thing that we should highlight is that within these projects, we do not accept only students from the medicine area. So take a look at the project list. And for example, if you are a student in biomedicine or biology or chemistry, just take a look and see if you fit on that project. If so, you can apply, and then the supervisor is going to inform you if he can accept you or not. So lab research projects are indeed the most flexible framework for mobility, because it ranges from the first cycle until PhD students. It does not only include medicine, it includes other related areas, and you can propose the dates you want to come, so, and the duration of your mobility. So really, it's very flexible. You can say, for example, I want to work from January to December in project XXXX, and I'm from biology, and then you send your CV, obviously. But this is a very specific, it's a very flexible framework for you to come and study at our university. In terms of deadlines, it's very important to mention that we have a central international office. We are the international office of the School of Medicine, but the university has an international office, and they do centralize all the applications. So if you are applying for a study period, there are 2 steps that you need to take. First, your university must send a nomination message that should be sent from the 1st until the 1st of March until the 30th of April, if you want to come either in the first semester or for the whole academic year, and from the 1st of September till the 30th, if you want to come for the second semester. Obviously, this nomination is sent by your institution. But then you have the application deadlines, and bear in mind that these applications are made online. So you will only receive the information on links and access once the university receives the nomination from your institution. So applications are from the 1st of March until the 15th of May, should you want to come for the whole year or just for the first semester, and from the 1st till the 15th, the 1st of September until the 15th of October, if you want to come for the second semester. Bear in mind that these deadlines are only for study periods. So if you want to attend full course units at our university and obviously at our school. For clinical clerkships and lab rotations, it's a different procedure. So bear in mind that the deadlines are the ones that you see in the yellow part. However, apart from these deadlines, there are no chances whatsoever for an application. So be very careful about this. Also, another thing that you should bear in mind is that our university only accepts applications with at least 60 days prior to the beginning of your mobility period. So it is very important that you keep these deadlines in mind and respect them. Unfortunately, it's not up to us to determine when to close the platform or the application platform. And unfortunately, if you do not respect these deadlines, probably you will have to wait until the next application period. In terms of documents, I think this is very straightforward. Again, this is made on an application platform, so you have to upload these documents, mainly the learning or training agreement, saying that what you are going to do here, either course units or the project or clerkship you want to be enrolled in, the copy of your ID or passport, the copy of your transcript of records. So this is the document that basically lists the course units that you already taken and the respective grades, a picture, and then a proof of your insurance. Obviously, you should also bear in mind that you will probably need a visa, so it is important that you contact your embassy or the Portuguese embassy in Mexico and try to understand which are the necessary documents for that. So, apart from mobility periods, our school also organizes several summer schools, and obviously we can have them as tailor-made. So if your university is interested in a specific topic, they can contact us in order to build that summer school, that event, or you can apply for summer schools that we already have running or ready to run by next year. So our summer schools usually are on the Portuguese National Health System. We also have courses on statistics for health sciences. We have e-health, and we have introduction to humanitarian healthcare. So the statistics for health sciences is also offered online. So as soon as we have applications open, we will also send this information to your home institution, and obviously you can apply. For the other ones, they are presential. Usually they last a week, and we take care of all the practical issues, such as accommodation, transportation, meals. So everything is included apart from the program itself that we will organize. And there you can see some pictures of colleagues that already took part of our summer schools. So this is the part where I will thank you for your attention and open the floor to questions.
Thank you very much. We will now move to the questions and answer sessions. To our virtual attendees, please feel free to share your questions through the chat. We have one question. Go ahead, Edna.
Gracias, maestro. Sí, tenemos una manita levantada. Tenemos una manita levantada de Jimena. ¿Sí es Jimena? No, creo que... Pero
Sí,
sí, Jimena, ¿quieres hacer tu pregunta por el micrófono? Adelante.
Sí, sorry for the noise. I am in a cafe, but I hope you can hear me. I have two questions. First, the summer school, what is the duration? Because in medicine, we only have very short summer vacations. So the duration of the program is important to us. And my other question is about the deadlines. If we want to do the research opportunity, the one that's are in English, but we had the conference now and it's October and the deadline was September. So we missed the deadline, or can we apply because you also said that the research opportunities were very flexible?
So for the first question, usually our summer schools are either organized in June or July. However, we do have some summer schools that we organize over the year. That should be the case of statistics and the Portuguese health system. Those courses, we organize them more than one time per year, and they can vary on the calendar. But usually, most of our summer schools do take place either in June or July. And usually they last for 1 week. So 5 working days. You arrive on the Sunday, then we work until Friday, and then you are free to leave on Saturday. Usually they are a week long. Again, if your university requests a specific summer school, we can have a longer program on a specific topic. Then for your second question, I'm just trying to remind myself if we already received the copy of our agreement. I'll have to check. We did, right? We already have it signed. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, if your university authorizes it, yes, you can apply for either clerkships or lab rotations within the next deadline available. Yes. For course units, no. The applications will only start in May. But for clerkships and lab rotations, yes, you can apply. There is no problem whatsoever, but obviously you have also to ask your home institution.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Ok, muchas gracias. ¿Hay alguna otra pregunta? ¿Alguien que quiera levantar su manita o hacerla llegar a través del chat? Estamos recibiendo sus preguntas. Vamos a esperar un momentito más para ver si alguien más se anima. Si necesitan ayuda también la pueden hacer en español y nosotros los podemos ayudar con la pregunta en inglés.
Aquí tengo, adelante Jimena. Sí.
Sí, otra vez, perdón.
Adelante.
Esta pregunta va más para la Salle. Entonces, si nos queremos ir de intercambio, ¿qué es lo que sigue? O sea, ¿cómo entregamos los papeles? ¿Cómo aplicamos para ya empezar el proceso?
Sí, Jimena, muy interesante tu pregunta. Lo que tenemos que hacer ahora es ponerse en contacto con la jefatura de movilidad, que es la maestra Liliana Alcántara. Ahorita te pongo el correo en el chat para que tú pidas ahora sí que el apoyo para que puedas aplicar para irte de intercambio y ella te va a ir guiando en el proceso para poder hacer las nominaciones. Como ves ahorita, tienen que hacerse a través de la plataforma de ellos. Entonces, nosotros te vamos guiando en el proceso. Entonces, si quieres iniciar con la aplicación, ahorita te pongo de una vez te pongo el correo de la maestra Liliana para
Ya
que
lo puse, maestro.
muchas gracias, ay, qué amable, muchas gracias. Entonces, contáctate con ella para que ella te pueda ir guiando, puedas ir también consiguiendo los documentos que requieres, tu historial académico, tu pasaporte, en fin, ya que ella te diga los requisitos que necesitas cumplir. Los puedes ver también en la página del Centro de Idiomas, están obviamente en nuestro sitio de La Salle, en la parte donde dice estudiantes, ahí puedes ver la parte internacional, y cuando vas a la parte de intercambios, a la parte de outgoing, ahí puedes ver los requisitos, pero de cualquier manera nos ponemos a tus órdenes para que tú mandes tu correo y ya te vayamos guiando en el proceso. Generalmente lo que hacemos es que tiene una reunión por Teams, para que no tengas que venir hasta acá, o por supuesto puedes venir con mucho gusto, y a través de la sesión en Teams, podemos irte platicando, guiando, etcétera, y apoyando y acompañando en todo el proceso. Siempre vas a estar acompañada de Liliana para que puedas con toda seguridad ir haciendo tus trámites.
Perfecto, muchas gracias. No sé por qué los asistentes no podemos ver el chat. Creo que es porque somos invitados, entonces el correo no me sale.
A ver, te lo dicto si quieres, Jimena, es Liliana,
Sí.
Liliana.alcántara @lasalle.mx, Liliana.alcántara @lasalle.mx.
Perfecto, muchas gracias.
Sí, no, de nada, de nada. Tengo otra pregunta por acá, Beatriz, are the summer schools studying in English or only in Portuguese?
It really depends on the group that we receive. Mostly we are receiving students from Brazil, but if we have a group that has other nationalities, non-Portuguese speaking nationalities, then obviously we will teach it in English. So English will be the preferred language, yes.
Okay, thank you. And about the subjects that you are teaching at your medicine school are taught in Portuguese. All the subjects are taught in Portuguese, right?
For the degree course in medicine, so for our first cycle, our first 6 years, yes.
Okay.
Then master and PhD are fully taught in English. So we have a balance here. So the first cycle fully in Portuguese, master and PhD fully in English.
Okay. And what is the level of the Portuguese language that the students must accomplish?
It is advisable to have a B2 level of Portuguese. However, for the final clerkship, a C2 is mandatory. So they need to be fluent in Portuguese since they are going to interact directly with patients. And obviously, we do not want to create any insecurity in the patients by seeing that the student doesn't understand Portuguese or cannot express himself correctly in Portuguese. But that is the only level that we demand or have a demand is for the final clerkship where students need to be fluent in Portuguese. For the other, it's a recommendation. They do not need to send the certificates, but it's the B2. But as your students will see, todos hablamos un poquito de castellano. Todos entendemos un poquito de castellano. Y están dos idiomas muy próximos, entonces será muy fácil. Las primeras semanas un poquito más complicadas, porque nosotros los portugueses hablamos muy rápido, pero al final sí que nos podrán entender.
Ok, muchas gracias, Beatriz. Otra pregunta que tengo por acá es acerca del alojamiento, el housing. ¿Qué tipo de apoyo le dan a los estudiantes?
Well, students, during their application, they can apply for accommodation at our halls of residence. So we have 2 halls of residence in Braga, one in Guimarães. And during the application procedure, they will be able to apply for that. One of the things that we must highlight is that we do not have on-campus accommodation. So one of our residents is a 10 minutes walk and the other one is 20 minutes walk. In Guimarães, it's just across the campus. However, both Braga and Guimarães, mostly Braga, has some offer in terms of private accommodation. And obviously, we are not talking about expensive accommodation when comparing to, for example, Porto or Lisbon. We are talking more or less around 200 euros for a double room in a private apartment shared between students. And then we also have the advantage of within our university, we have canteens that are subsidized. So students pay per meal €2.75. So it has soup, it has the main dish, it has the drink and the dessert. So even though sometimes the accommodation can have a higher cost than the cost of the meals and the transportation, it's very, very accessible. For example, for transportation, students have special discounts.
Okay. Thank you, Beatriz.
Welcome.
Eso pues parece que no hay más preguntas en el chat y tampoco manitas levantadas. Le regreso la palabra.
Muchas gracias. Thank you so much for your time, dear Beatriz. Thank you for being with us today. As I told you, this record is going to be available in your virtual booth so that our students can take a look at that later on. And we will be in touch. And for our students, please let us know if there are some other questions that you might have, to be able to send them to Beatriz and to guide you during the process of application. So please feel free in contacting us or Liliana to ask for more information. Let me tell you that in our website of this international event, you will see the virtual booths, and you will see also the virtual booth of the Universidad de Minho. You can see a video, all the information that Beatriz shared, you can see there. So, yeah, and if you have any other question or any other thing, please let us know. We will be very happy in supporting you. So thank you so much, Beatriz. We will be in touch, and we will be hopefully sending the students to your institutions. And of course, we will be also very happy to see the opportunity to receive your students as well. So thank you so much. And gracias a nuestros estudiantes. Ya por ahí le dimos aplausos virtuales a Beatriz. Muchas gracias.